everyone, thank you so much for joining us here at Peach Guitars. My name is Sam. Today we're going to show you some of the new Powers Electric A-Type models that we have just received in our latest shipment. We now have 6 of these at the time of filming available on the website. For all the details and all the specifications and the weight and the serial number of the guitars, please head over to peachguitars.com, or better yet, download the app where you can see all the models that we have in stock. Now, for those of you who don't know anything about Powers Electric, these are the kind of brainchild from Andy Powers, who is the CEO of Taylor Guitars. But I want to kind of preface that by saying these very much are a standalone project. They are their own company. They are not affiliated with Taylor Guitars, except for the fact that Andy is involved. But without any further ado, let's start. So these are all the A-Type model. So this model, I believe, is in Byzantine. I believe it's pronounced Byzantine Gold, which is this beautiful kind of rich color. Now, there's so many appointments on all of these guitars to tell you about. From some of the aesthetic things, now we've got this brass saddle on the bridge. These are the full Faraday, so the FF42. So that's a 42 gauge magnet with these aluminium covers, and I'll get a little bit more into the pickups in just a second. But the first thing that I think of these guitars as I pull them out of the case is the weight. Now, some of you might think light guitars don't deliver on certain tonal things, but the way that these guitars are designed and engineered, the body is designed to move and resonate, and that in conjunction with the way the pickups are designed, it's just created something truly unique. Now, in the guitar world, we talk a lot about the fact in this day and age, with it being such a saturated market, it's incredibly hard to come up with something fresh, something unique, something that also then delivers aesthetically and obviously through all the tone and the sound that we wish to hear. And these guitars are just sensational. I mean, actually quite moving at how exciting they are. It's kind of really different, the way they sound, the way the strings move, the way the magnets and the kind of creation of the Faraday pickups allow the string to move in its kind of magnetic field. The volume, tone, and the switch tip, as well as the tip on the trem on some of the other models, is made out of recycled, reclaimed surfboard resin. And there's something almost candy-like about them, and playful and enjoyable. And Andy Powers talks a lot about guitars should be fun, they should be joyful. And I think these guitars not only have all these appointments that have been really kind of scientifically thought out, they also have these small details that are just fun and enjoyable. Now, I can say this as well, they've thought about everything with these guitars, even to how the cases open up. So they open up the opposite way. So usually your head's down here, open it this way. But the way you can approach these guitars is they open and you see the guitar the way you'd see someone playing it. You see the guitar exactly how you'd see it with someone using it. And that just, I don't know, it introduces you to the guitar in a different way. Now, I love on some of them, you've got kind of very natural colors with the pop of the volume, tone, and the switch tip. And on this, it kind of blends a little bit more, but still has that kind of almost edible candy kind of vibe to it. I will also say this, these pieces that are sitting on top of the bridge are actually interchangeable. And you can, I believe he even says that you can do it without taking the strings off. maybe he would, I'm not sure I could. But it allows you to change some of the tonalities of the response of the strings. Now, I want to talk a little bit about the weights and why they are so light. They are made out of reclaimed urban ash. Now, ash is naturally very, very light, but these bodies are not chambered. They are actually entirely hollow. They have been braced, much like a mandolin or an archtop guitar, and then there are two tone pegs that sit into the body of the guitar through the bridge. And what that does is, instead of the back and the front moving like an acoustic guitar or a flat top guitar, they actually move as one, and they kind of connect and then move together. And that allows the body to kind of work in this great kind of synchronicity. Then add in the pickups. Now, the Faraday cages, basically, there's a lot of talk about different materials that work as magnets, and we're often told that aluminium is obviously not magnetic, but it does change the magnetic field. And the design of these pickups, long story short, is basically to widen the magnetic field so that the string is not pulled to a single magnet. And actually what that does is allow the string to move more organically like an acoustic string. It's not choked or kind of held back by a single magnet pulling too hard on it in any one direction. And therefore what you get is a larger magnetic field, and then that is changed and adapted to by the aluminium, So then what you've got, the difference between the PF42 and the FF42, so the partial Faraday or the full Faraday. The full Faraday has the entire aluminium chassis casing, and what that does is disperses the kind of magnetic field even further. So you end up with a warmer, kind of cleaner, kind of more overly mellow sound to my ear. And the partial Faraday has a slightly more kind of pointed and focused EQ. Some might say that that kind of connects a little bit more to some of those kind of more traditional single coils, but that really depends on the amps and the pedals and all the other things in your signal chain. Right, now I think this is called Moonlight White. I love this with the blue, the little pop of colour from the controls again. However, this comes with the cam tailpiece. Now, I'll just take this off so you can see, because it also comes with the surfboard resin tip on the tremolo arm. This has the ebony on the bridge, and this is very, very special. There's a lot of details about this tailpiece. Now, coming from kind of lap steel and pedal steel kind of background, Andy wanted to be able to play a triad, play a chord, and move the tremolo and keep all the strings kind of harmonically tighter and more correct with each other, so that you could move things and keep things musically in pitch rather than all the different strings moving at different rates. Because obviously you have different thicknesses of string and different tension, everything you do with a tremolo, all the strings move at a different kind of varied amount. So what they did is they designed a tailpiece kind of after what we would think of as kind of a Bigsby style piece, but every string has a different circumference around the tailpiece. And what that does, it not only changes the way the guitar intonates, because if you think of like a Fender Strat, for example, where all the different tailpieces are at different heights, they often sit kind of 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. What this does is allow the string to be wrapped around at a different amount. So therefore, not only is the intonation and the pitch better throughout the entire guitar, as you move the trem arm as well, you get a kind of a different amount of movement from each string, allowing the strings to stay closer to pitch. Obviously, you're not going to hold a bar chord, move it, and it all moves perfectly in step, but you definitely get a truer tonality and a truer pitch from each movement of the bar. Right, last one. I absolutely love the choices. I'll just take this off. Just love the choices of the different kind of colors. We've got a resin that's got some black, some gray, some red, and that just really kind of works, again, with the pick guard, the little bits of that same material into the PF42. And also, by having the open top on the PF42, it allows the magnets to be a little bit more focused, as I said earlier, delivering those kind of slightly more kind of pointed sounds, slightly more aggressive, slightly more kind of brilliance and brightness to these pickups. I think there is something truly unique about these guitars, and the way the bodies are built with that bracing and the tone bars running into the body, the way they're not just chambered, they are actually hollow, the way the woods actually correlate with the pickups. And this is an exact example of why an electric guitar is not just its pickups. An electric guitar is so many more things. It's the woods, it's the way it's built, it's the kind of shape of it, it's the neck, it's everything working as one. And then things like the camtail trem just really kind of make it even more special. I think these have become a fan favourite across the entire team here at Peach Guitars, and I would so warmly and strongly recommend all players to come to Peach Guitars and try one out. I think they are really a very different and very special guitar, and as I said, they've really inspired all the different guitar players here at Peach in a different way. So maybe it'll inspire something out of you. As I said at the beginning of the video, if you have any questions at all, please put it in the comments below. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed checking these out as much as we have. We'll see you again soon. Take care. If you haven't done so already, I'd love to encourage you to hit that subscribe button. By subscribing, you're not only supporting us, you're also helping us grow and develop to reach a wider audience of guitar enthusiasts just like yourself. Now, let's talk about our website, peachguitars.com. It's not just a shopping destination, it's a hub for all things guitar related, offering comprehensive information about our products and the world of guitars. We're also incredibly proud of our Peach Guitars app. With this, you'll have all the features of our website right at your fingertips. Download the app from your app store today to access exclusive app offers, stay updated on new products, and remain connected with Peach Guitars at all times. By subscribing, downloading the app, or engaging with any of our online content, you're helping us continue to improve and grow here at Peach Guitars. Your feedback drives us to continue bringing you epic videos, whether from our studio, on-location visits to top brands, featuring exciting guest appearances, or showcasing the latest guitar gear. So, what are you waiting for?